anything that you have in your MLS account through Instanet, all your listing agreements, your disclosures, your purchase agreements, anything that's in the system today, you can put into Authentisign and sign electronically. And I'm going to show it to you. What is not an electronic signature? When you go to the Home Depot or the grocery store and sign your credit card slip, that's not an electronic signature. That is not compliant with the e-sign law. What it is basically a digital fingerprint where we're required to capture a lot of information about the person that's in there doing the signing. We have to grab their IP address. You are physically going to invite the people, so you know who they are. You're going to put their name in the system. You're going to put their email address in the system. You can enter their address and phone numbers if you want to. That's not required by law. But all of that goes into what ultimately becomes stamped on these documents with the electronic signature. And then in the background, Instanet or the other e-sig providers have to capture a whole bunch of other stuff that's sitting back there that you probably don't care about and don't want to know about. But we are required by the law to have all of these little pieces of data that are there. I mean, ultimately, you want to make sure that that person's signature is authenticated, it's secure, and somebody can't go in there and tamper with it later. So here's kind of some of the stuff that you'll see when we go through the live demo. On that document I showed you, that you could see my wife's initial and signature stamp. When you get in the document, there'll be some IDs that are on there. There's a timestamp down to the second. The little lock button there tells me that it's locked, it's secured, nobody can change it. And when you start to use the program, you can actually hover over those locks and it'll pull up exactly who did it, where it came from, what IP address that we captured it from. So there's all this kind of stuff that's sitting in the background you can see. As you start to consider who to use, if you don't choose Authentisign, make sure that you pick a platform that is e-sign compliant. I would say the advantages to using Authentisign, all of your forms that are in your MLS account are templatized. So the signature blocks and the initial blocks are already there. If you're creating transaction folders and you're filling out your forms for a property transaction, all the forms will already be there. You don't have to go to another system and upload them. All the contacts that you have in your transaction folders are already there. All you have to do is say, Steve's my buyer and Joe's my seller, and they're already there. So it just makes it very, very fast and easy and totally integrated with the system that you already have. So, and I'm going to just show you some screenshots and then invite everybody to the booth to see this live. I'm happy to do classes and one-on-one, go in and look at your specific listings and accounts if you want to. But here's what it looks like. I'm going to click in my current account right out of the MLS, start a new signing. That's what the button looks like. And you can use Authentisign, by the way, for anything. It doesn't have to be for real estate transactions. But if you already have built transactions in your Instanet account, we'll already see those. So all you have to do is click the import button, and that list right there will show all of the transactions that you have in your account. Pick the one that you want. First step is give it a name. We automatically name it the transaction folder name, but you can change that if you want to. Second step is add the participants. This window is going to pop up automatically. All the people that are in the transaction doesn't mean that they're given signature invitations. You choose the ones that you want to have sign it, and you say, this is my buyer, this is my seller. They're already there, so I don't have to enter their information a second time. Add the documents. I'm in step 3, the same as the contacts. All of the people, this is on auto advance, isn't it? The documents that are in the transaction folder, they'll pop up for you, so you don't have to load them. But let's just say that the listing agent, I'm doing a purchase, the listing agent sent me the seller's disclosure, and I have it in a piece of paper. I can take that and I can upload it right into the signing. So I can combine documents outside the system with documents that you have in the system, no problem. You can have documents that somebody signed by hand, like the seller's disclosure, and upload it right into your signing and put digital signature stamps and initial blocks on those documents, and they can be combined. So really the last step is just drag and drop the signing blocks. Again, your forms are already templatized, so if you say Sally's the seller and Steve's the buyer, all those blocks and initial spots are already going to be on the forms. You can add more if you have some document that came from outside the system, but that's done for you. And then once I'm finished marking up the document, I click Finalize. And I'm the agent, so now I'm ready for this to go out to my clients. So they are going to get an email invitation. It looks like it came from you. It'll say, from Secure at Authentisign, but Steve Mapes at ABC Realty sent you an invitation to participate in this signing. And that's what the screen looks like. It'll be branded with your name. Click here to sign, and then there's some instructions, and there's a link to read about the e-sign law. We have to give the user, the buyer, the seller, the outside participant, a chance to create their own identity. First thing is, let them create a password. So basically, they'll have an account in Instanet, rolls up under your account. We let them choose their own font and their signature. So there's some default fonts they can pick from. They can use their tablet and draw their signature on the screen if they want. And then they accept the terms and conditions in there, which says that you're about to participate in a federally compliant e-signature process, and it's legally binding. So once I do that, the documents are delivered in the order that you had them set up in the folder, and the signing blocks are going to be there for the buyer simply to read. They can go through and review the document and click to sign. I mean, that's literally all they have to do. Up at the top of the screen, it'll tell them how many blocks that they've got, how many they've got left, so they get a status indicator. Once they finish clicking their required signature blocks, they'll get a last message that says, you're done. Are you sure you want to finish? You can stay and review it some more, but once you click finalize, it's now going to send that document to the next person. So if it went from the buyer to maybe the husband of the buyer as the second participating signer, then maybe to the listing agent as a reviewer, and then on to the sellers. And once all the people have signed the document in order, the system will automatically lock it. It'll create an authenticity certificate that everybody has access to, and it will deliver the final signed documents to every single person in their email. So you'll know as soon as it's done, and that's what happened to me on the plane. So that's a quick overview. Easier to show you this live. If you come by the booth, I'll be happy to do it in your live accounts. Thank you. Did we make up for the time?
Yes, you were great. It's a great program for you to use, and we have training. We have CE classes. If you haven't taken one, it's called Take Your Desk on the Road, and there'll be free webinars on the digital signatures. You can get on the front page of Stratus. One will be beginning next Wednesday for about 45 minutes, and there'll be more webinars we'll be adding. Right now we have Doreen Spagnuolo. She's our lawyer on staff that if you have any questions she'd like for any of us, we'll be available to answer any of them. Doreen?
Okay, good morning, everyone. I mean, this is a great program, and this is really a great opportunity to be able to have the electronic signatures. I'm just going to say something really short, and then I'll answer any questions that you may have. It's really a good risk reduction for your companies right now, that if you have a program such as this that has all the safeguards in it, you can have an electronically signed document, an electronic document, and the Department of State now says, as you know, that if somebody signs one of the documents, like an agency disclosure, that person has to be given a duplicate copy of that document. The Department of State says that if you comply with the e-signature law and have a program that has all of the safeguards in it, you could email one of those electronic signatures, and that would satisfy the Department of State's requirements that the other person who signed it gets a duplicate copy. Also, the Department of State said that if you do have one of the programs that has these safeguards, you can also keep the documents electronically for the retention periods that the Department of State requires. So it's a twofold thing. I mean, it's easier to manage all of your paperwork now. You don't have to worry about an agent who you're trying to track them down. I need a copy. I need to keep it in my file. It could just be easily sent to you. It's more manageable, and you have all of these electronic documents now in a secure, safe place. So it's a very good thing now for your business. Does anybody have any questions? Any legal questions? Hi.
When they fill out and sign and they initialize that document, say that they're accepting an electronic document, do they get a copy, or we have to do the email? It's a separate step that we have to do.
No. Okay, the question was, if somebody initials the document or signs the document, do they have to get a copy of it? Yes, they have to. Anybody who signs a document, one of the real estate documents, must get a duplicate copy of it. So if you use a program like this that has all of the safeguards, Department of State says it's fine for you just to send them a copy of that document once they sign it. Okay. Well, right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Well, then they could download it. Right. It should have that program should have the safeguards. Is that correct, Steve? Yes. Once they receive it. So I'm sorry, misunderstood you. No, as long as you know through the program that they have it, then that's fine when they're sending it back.
Well, that copy comes back to you as the agent, but say you retrieve that to the office, another partnership broker owner, get a copy of that.
Well, I guess, the agent would have to send it, if the agent is doing the signing, would that be correct? Then the agent would have to send it over to the broker, or does the broker automatically get a notification?
If we transfer all transaction files to the broker, where they stay.
It does, yeah. Okay, so, it's automatic then, it would be? Yeah, so then automatically, the document will be sent to the broker. And I think also, are there notifications that goes to the broker too, that it was signed, or completed?
Yeah, what do you do if you need to get it notarized, and when might you need to get it notarized?
Okay, if a certain document requires a notarization, there are programs now also that a notary can also sign it electronically. But don't forget, the same laws still need to be in effect. So if that person, the notary, would have to actually be there with the person to make sure that they know that it's the person that's signing it, and then they would be able to sign it and send it back. But there is the potential for the notary also to sign it electronically.
My question is, can an office sign up for this and all the agents of the office use it, or does it have to be individual agents sign up for it?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Yes, if you're a broker and you want to do it company-wide, come talk to me. I'll get somebody who specializes in that. We can do discounted pricing for the whole office. And on the pricing, there's a special program right now thanks to LIBOR and MLSLI. It's $39 per year, unlimited signings. That was a negotiated price between the MLS and Instanet. You can just go into your Instanet account, and there's a little shopping cart. Click it, and click Authentisign Upgrades. It'll take your credit card and activate the service right inside your account. And if you need help with that, just come to the booth, and I'll be glad to do it.
I have a question as a broker. If an agent signs up, do the papers automatically come to the broker, or does the agent have to direct them to the broker?
The agent would have to include you as a CC or a reviewer.
So that would be important for every broker to make sure that the agents are using a CC to the broker, because Department of State wants the broker to have it.
Yeah.
I think you should think about doing some kind of a program that the agents, it automatically has to go to the broker of record.
Now, inside your Instanet account as the broker, you have a special tab called Broker Tools, and it gives you full oversight and visibility into every single thing your agents are doing. You can see all their transactions, all their documents, all their forms, and all the Authentisign. So you'll always be able to see that inside their account.
Okay.
What it doesn't do is automatically send you a copy when they do a deal unless they say, I want to copy you.
I have one more question. Sorry. If I go into that site, can I request the papers to be sent to me? If the agent didn't, can I get the paper sent to me?
Yeah, you have full control over what
do.
happens in there.
Thank
You
you.
can print it, email it to yourself, take a screenshot, yeah.
Questions?
Okay, thank you.
Prize drawings before the break. So is anybody but Stratus here? Anybody from Stratus? Let's see. Linda, you want to pick the winner for the iPad? I don't see Carlos. Okay, we're going to